Hi, everyone. This is Kylene with Parents for Public Schools of Pitt County, and we are doing something brand new and really exciting and fun. We want to meet all of the principals who are new at a school. They may not be a new principal, but they are new to various schools around the county. There's a lot of new folks this year. So we are starting out with Dr. Paul Briney at Wintergreen Primary and Wintergreen Intermediate. How are you doing, Dr. Briney?
I'm doing well. I hope you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we just thought we would get to know you today. A lot of times parents kind of think like, oh, the principal, we remember the principal's office. And we want to know that principals are people and are so approachable and ready to partner with us as parents. And I think you'll help us know that today. So we just had some questions to ask to get to know you today.
Well, looking forward to it. Yes, ma'am. Ready when you
Awesome.
are.
So you are not new to being a principal at all, but you did find out sometime towards the end of last year that you'd be coming to Wintergreen. And so tell us, what were those first thoughts when you found out that you were going to be the principal at a new school at Wintergreen?
Yeah, of course. Yes, ma'am. Dr. Linker came and visited me a couple of times while I was over at Creekside, the principal over there. There's been a couple of times where he's came and approached me with different openings that he and I discussed, and I took opportunity of going to those schools. It's always a family decision, and to be honest with you. So I share with him, I appreciate the opportunity. Let me go speak to my wife and speak to my children. Wintergreen was special because my girls go here. It's where we live. It is our neighborhood. When I got into administration, I said from day one that I'm never gonna bring my girls with me every time I move because I didn't think that was fair to them. I wanted to make sure that they had some consistency. I wanted to make sure that they were going to school with some of the neighborhood friends. So it wasn't new to them each year. So, that was the first thing on my mind is it would be great to see my children in the hallways and in the classrooms. We put in lots of hours, a lot of long hours, long days, long nights. And at times I'm not always there to see them at the house. So it's, great to bring them to school. It's great to say goodbye to them in the afternoon as they get on their after school van. But, my wife and I talked about it and I was super excited. I've seen, and I've said this to our staff, I've seen firsthand as a parent how special this place is. I've been nothing but over satisfied with the instruction my children get, the logistics and how everything at these two schools rolls and how everything just flows. So, I saw that from the parent perspective. Now, from the admin perspective, I come in here and it confirms what I saw. This place is amazing. The teachers here are wonderful. They welcomed me with open arms. In the summertime, Pitt County Schools is closed on Fridays. So I said, well, I knew I was going to be busy over the summer, especially, opening two schools. So I sent out an invite to all our teachers, our instructional assistants as well, anybody that worked at Wintergreen, asking them, on Fridays, I'm going to make myself available and we can go ahead and meet. I'd love to be able to ask you some questions and you get to know me. I didn't want August to come, our opening staff meeting, and me look at 200 staff members and not know who they are and then them not know anything about me. In all honesty, I was thinking maybe 30 or 40 people would take advantage of those meetings. And I met with over 100 people this summer. And it was, yeah, wow. I was a little overwhelmed with that many who wanted to take the opportunity to do so. But it really started off the year on the right foot because I got to know the teachers. I got to know their kids. And I came in here knowing a little bit more about Wintergreen, I think, than what I would have without having the opportunity to meet them. So it's been amazing. It's been wonderful getting into classrooms. The kids here are great. They want me in the classroom, and that's what is important to me. I want to be in classrooms. I'm not one to sit in the office behind a closed door in front of a computer screen. I believe in relationships. I believe in communication. I think kids need to know who their principals are, and not only, you said earlier, because sometimes they have to come to my office. I want them in my office for good reasons. I want to celebrate their successes and their accomplishments. I try to do car duty every morning, and that's how I start my morning off, by seeing the kids and telling them to have a great day. I had a little young gentleman jump out yesterday and he gave me a hug, and that's how my Monday started. And that's what it's all about to me.
Wonderful. You're obviously really happy to be there and connecting with the students and the teachers. and even parents, I'm sure. And I bet that your kids love seeing Principal Dad walk through the hallway.
Yeah, my oldest is in 5th grade and she loves it. She thinks she's hot stuff with me here. My youngest is in 1st grade. At home, she's a firecracker. But here in which I mean, I'm happy with this. She's quiet here and, kind of minds to herself. So when I walk in the classroom, she acts like she doesn't know me and puts her head down and does her work. It took me a few days to get a little wave out of her. But that's okay. It makes my heart feel
That's
good to
great.
see her working hard and following the rules.
What would you say has been the best thing so far about being the principal of Wintergreen?
The relationships, the communication. I said just not too long ago, I believe in communication. I believe in relationships. I believe in working together. There's, Fridays, I stand outside, I hold the door open for the kids who are getting on the car. I say to every one of them, have a great weekend, see you brother, see you girl, have a wonderful weekend. We give a little pound. These are kindergarten kids. I'm always usually on the primary side because the intermediate kids can, really do things themselves a little bit better. So our primary kids, how they respond. You have a great weekend too, sir. Thanks for saying that. I'll see you on Monday. Little things like that. Parents have been wonderful. Just checking in, asking me how things are going. Is everything okay? Our PTA has been fabulous. And then again, our teachers, they work ridiculously hard. They want to be the best because they want to be able to provide the best for their students. I picked that up day one. I picked that up early in the summer when over 100 of them wanted to meet with me and take time out of their day. It showed how special this place is. So I would say the most important thing to me was the relationships that I'm forming with the teachers, our parents, and our students. That's super important to me. I believe that we have those in place, we're able to celebrate accomplishments, but also have those difficult conversations when we need to have them. And unfortunately, they need to take place. They need to take place with my own children, I'm sure. Every day is a new day. So no matter whatever conversation I have with a parent, with a child, come the next morning, that's over with. It's done with. It's us working together, moving forward so we can make sure we're providing the best opportunities for our kids.
Wonderful. And parents, that's so much of what we support at Parents for Public Schools is building a relationship with your school, your teachers, your counselors, your principals right from the beginning. So that even the hard moments are easier than they could be. And then the easy moments are great.
That's right.
So take them up on that, parents. So tell us, Dr. Briney, about a really fun or funny moment that you've had at Wintergreen this year.
Every day, working with kids every day is funny. I would say, I would get an embarrassing moment, I would say, from me possibly. So
we'd love that.
I'm meeting on Fridays. I'm meeting all these teachers. I'm emailing them, reaching out to them, seeing how they're doing, if they need anything over the summer. We had summer school here, so it's great to get to know some teachers over summer school and to see some kids as well. So we had this one teacher, and I thought I knew who she was. And one of our teachers was getting married this summer, and it wasn't her, but I thought it was. So it was a Friday, and she's like, have a great weekend, Dr. Briney. Thanks for popping in the classroom. And I looked at her, I was like, hey, I hear you're getting married this weekend. Congrats, that's wonderful. I can't believe you're here today. And no, it's not me. And I was just, okay. So that's, our little inside joke. I told the staff that as a little icebreaker. With 200 of you, I'm probably going to get a name wrong here or there. It's going to take me a little bit of time. But that's somewhat embarrassing because I said it full confidence, like, hey, you're getting married. That's great. Congrats. And no, she wasn't. It was somebody else.
I bet she forgives you. 200 is a lot to keep track of.
I think the next time I saw her, I was like, I am so sorry. I kept bringing it up. Like, it's okay. I was like, okay. But and then the fun times is getting into classrooms, being able to see kids do what they do, work hard, have fun. They care for each other. It's real obvious that they care for each other. They want to please their teachers. That's the stuff that puts a smile on my face. Seeing everybody come together and working hard and just following rules and expectations because they want to do that and they want to do well.
Excellent. So of course we're Parents for Public Schools. So we obviously really support parent engagement in schools. And I know that's looked really different last year and it still looks different this year. But I wonder if you could share with us how you think that strong parent engagement strengthens your school.
Oh, that's, we can't do it without our parents, without a doubt. I do an all call every Sunday. I try to get it done every Sunday. But that all call, over the years I've learned, so it's 3 minutes, and I'm from New Jersey and I speak somewhat quick already. But to get everything in within 3 minutes, I'm motoring to get it through. I'm speaking very fast. So parents shared with me previously at my other schools is there any way you can email this out to us? Yeah, well, I can do the all call and email it with a couple clicks of a button, and then I could paste it on or post it on Facebook. So there's multiple ways for us to communicate, but with the communication piece, I do that because I want parents to communicate back with me. I want parents to communicate back with our teachers. Perfect example, progress reports come out this week. My phone call to our parents this week said, make sure we look at progress reports. Number one, the most important, let's celebrate our student success together. Let's look at all the great things they're doing and celebrate that. And then also, you know what, they're kids. They're going to make mistakes and they're still learning the content and they may struggle every now and then. If they're struggling, well, then we need to be upfront and transparent and have the conversations with our students on why they're struggling. And then feel free to reach out to our teachers and maybe schedule a teacher conference. Let's schedule a meeting to figure out what we can do to support our students. And it's not what the parents can do, it's what we can do as a whole. So the parent communication is very big to me. I somewhat am and when I say struggle, it's only because I believe in face-to-face conversations. I believe in shaking hands and sitting down and having an adult conversation and putting everything on the table to make sure we have everything in place to help keep children successful or help them be successful. And it's hard because sometimes we have to do it through Zoom or we have to do it through a phone conversation, and it's not the same. But I do want parents to know that my door is always open. I often give out my personal cell phone number if they need to call me, if it's after hours, because we do want to provide the very best we can for our kids, and we cannot. I'll say it again, we cannot do it ourselves. It's too difficult. We're sitting at 1,600 kids. That's a whole lot of little kids in our building. So any way we can involve parents, we're going to. We want parents involved. Parents are calling up here asking if they can come in and volunteer. And that's what we want to hear. We're giving it a little bit of time, obviously, with the pandemic and hoping numbers go down a little bit. Once they start to go down, then we are going to have our parents come in and help us because kids love that as well. Kids want to work with other adults and they want to make, kids, 9 out of 10 kids, 99 out of 100 kids, they want to make us proud. They want to do things that put a smile on their face. And if we can get more adults in our building, they're going to be able to do that. So that's what we're working towards. But again, the communication piece, the relationship piece is huge. So for our parents, feel free to contact me. Feel free to say, hey, introduce yourself, and I'll be happy to help any way I can.
Parents, I hope that whether you're at Wintergreen or another school, that you'll heed that advice and know that strong parent engagement really does start with communication. So while we're having a little bit of glitches on how we can be involved and engaged right now with the pandemic, we can absolutely communicate, and that will lead to very strong parent engagement. So Dr. Briney, as we wrap up our interview, I wonder if there's anything fun that you could tell us about you that's not about being a principal. What do you do in your life that's just fun to share with the world?
Family time is important to me. Anytime I can spend time with my family and my girls, that's super important. Before becoming an educator, I was actually in school for about a half a year to become a chef. It was something, and I enjoy cooking. I love cooking. I do most of the cooking at the house. It was just something that I had a passion for growing up. And then I went to school and about 6 months for it, and I said, I don't know if I want to do all this. I think it was more so the routine and the logistics of it all. So I fell back on my second passion, which was working with kids, which I'm glad I did. That's a little fun fact. And then the family piece. In all honesty, I'm pretty reserved here at school. I like to open up every now and then. I think this is going to be a place where I can. I've had some of our staff members say all the great events that take place here and how I would need to participate from what other principals done in the past. So I'm looking forward to that, and letting the kids also know that I'm human, I'm an adult. I like to have fun, and together we're going to have fun. And if you have fun, I believe in you need to have fun coming to school. You need to have fun working at a school, and if those two things are in place, you're going to have a great learning environment. So, going from a chef to an educator to a principal, being a dad, I'm living a great life, and, I'm very blessed with everything I have.
I'm wondering if there's something that you're going to cook this year for 1,600 kids and 200 staff.
So when we were at Creekside, we grilled out one day for our staff. I think it was like field day or something. It was so hot. I think I said the next time, like, all right, let's see what we can buy and cater. But that is something our PE teachers actually came to me like, hey, one day we need to cook out for the staff. So for our Wintergreen families, that may be coming. We may be reaching out to our families asking for assistance once everything slows down a bit.
Excellent. Paul Briney for all of your education and catering needs. All right. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today, Dr. Briney. And parents, I hope you've enjoyed getting to know one of our principals here in Pitt County. Again, he's not new to the world of being a principal, but he is new to the school he's at this year. So we just wanted to highlight those schools and those principals that are doing something new this year, and hope that you have a chance to get to know them a little bit. Thank you for spending time with us today.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody.